I was done doing mine. Okay, thank you.
This thing better have been recording the whole time.
Good Lord.
Lord, it better have been recording
Jesus
the whole time.
Christ.
Uh,
Just gave me a heart attack. Gonna die. Don't push any buttons. Anyway,
This
my
is Rocket.
nightmare
This
right
is Rocket the
this is not the
Raccoon.
day.
Rocket the Raccoon.
Anyway,
Right here.
It's so fun when it's recording. So when I was done doing my 100 meter and I could watch all the men do their 100 because all the girls go first and all the boys go, it's just so fun to watch because the aggression's so high. Like we've said 1,000 times, a lot of these guys, when we started digging in and researching who does masters track, a lot of them are former NFL players. Yeah. So there's so much camaraderie between like these 40 and 50-year-old guys that probably competed together on the NFL field, and they have that whole like team spirit and camaraderie, and then they're just competitive as fuck. And then they see if they can kick each other's ass, and then they just walk off chatting after they run.
So awesome.
So it's just such a fun thing to be at. And I enjoyed competing. I enjoyed being so focused, but then I equally enjoyed when I was done competing for the day, actually just getting to watch and be a part of all of that and meet people and talk to people. And so the amount of meets that we've been to, because of COVID, it's really only a handful that we've been to, period. So let's say we've been to, 5 meets total. The amount of people you meet and the amount of people that are like, oh, hey, I remember you. Hey, yeah. Like, it's just amazing how fast you get to know people.
So awesome.
And start to make friends and connect with them on social media.
Yeah.
And, then chatting like, hey, are you going to indoor nationals? Hey, are you going to this? Hey, are you going to that?
Yeah.
So it's just a really, really tight knit group that it's just so cool to be a part of.
It is.
So I know I already told a number of my clients that are not necessarily going to be competing. I told them, hey, make sure you definitely come to watch and be a part of it. And we're going to have a whole little like tent kiosk set up, and we're going to be selling our protein bars and shakes, and we're going to have a whole team amp up thing. So we definitely are going to have a team presence there, even if not everybody on our team is competing yet. Yeah. But it's also so good to see what you're going to be competing at, because I didn't have that luxury with COVID. And so it just gives you another layer of security and confidence and just visualization as an athlete, if you can actually see what the competition looks like, what the races look like, what everything looks like. Yeah. Okay, put us back on. I can't see us. Okay. I don't know where we're at.
Okay.
We both talk with our hands a lot. This is dangerous.
Stop the share. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to keep that on the side like that.
Okay.
So fit models, moving on to fit models. So if you guys have any more questions, just put them in the chat. I'm answering as I see things come up in the chat. Fit models, what's going to happen is the first event that the fit model will probably be used at, which we're going to define this year. We've done a lot of work. We're making a page. We're going to put a real definition around spokes models and fit models and so forth, but working at the booth, our tent that we're going to make that will be at the summer events. Most likely the first time it's going to debut is going to be at the powerlifting event. If we do it here in Columbus, that since we'll be able to be outdoors, indoors, outdoors. So the meet is indoors, but then they'll have all those garage doors open and the tents will be outdoors. So the fit models will be needed. Also, just a competitor that's not doing a certain meet could always be at the booth and just be talking to people that come up to the table and so forth.
Like Kasar.
Yeah, Kasara does a wonderful job of that. Jody did it when she was healing from her injury. So wonderful job, but just doing that. And so that's kind of the direction that we're going to start heading with the fit models. And again, fit model, spokes model, it is an influencer. It's somebody, it's not just, it's not a shallow, it's not a shallow type of thing. That doesn't match us anyway. Brittany and I are both influencers. So either you have influencing ability or you don't. And so some people like to take pictures and model and have a transformation story. That is a group of the models as well. You got to have a transformation story. You got to like to take pictures and have a good time taking pictures. Cindy loves to take pictures and she photographs well and she loves putting her outfits together and all that. So we have to have every single age, every single weight. That's one piece of it, is if someone could be a transformation model. Then there's the influencer type. Influencer type is people that just like to talk to people, can get people to do stuff, people to buy stuff and so forth. That is another group. So that's kind of who we're going to want at the booths, at the events, at the expos and stuff like that. So our ultimate goal is to be able to get the whole schedule all typed up, all online, so you can see every single month on the website what's happening. Again, we've got a great guy that's helping us with putting all these parts together and putting them on the
I
website.
need a mod to do that events page next.
Yep.
Tell me when he's finished your ship station shit, so I
exactly.
can get him doing my shit
Yep.
next.
Got it.
Thank you.
So an events page is what you're going to be able to find on the site, and then you'll be able to look at the whole year. Here's all the different events. Here's where we'll need models at, fitness model. Here's where photo shoots will be,
And we'll map out the seasonal training
and then all
for
the
things,
seasonal training.
because we have some people that aren't going to compete until summer in track that we did like aptitude testing on, but some people aren't going to compete until summer and they're just busy right now, so they can't even start the training,
Or they're in college and they want to do it when they're out of school.
right? So for
Yeah.
whatever reason, they
Yeah.
just can't start the training now, but still knowing when they have to start to even have a chance of competing in summer, we have to map all that out, just like powerlifting season, and then you transition to this, and then we have this photo shoot, and then you have to get photo shoot ready. So we have to map out our entire lives, basically.
Another thing that's happening with our mod guy that is a coder is we've needed someone to put together a code that will we've given a lot of the coaches their own we call that a referral code, the referral code.
Yeah.
So their referral
Discount
code
code.
that they have, their discount code that gives when they give that code to anyone they refer to, it gives a 20% discount, then they get a 20% cut. Well, we've needed someone, and we finally found him. He's going to put this code together, which will start to accumulate points and dollars on your account, and then you'll be able to apply what you're earning towards anything on the store.
So that
towards courses, towards fees, towards anything that you're buying in the store. So that's what will eventually happen, and you'll be able to see it in your account. We are going to go retro, especially for the coaches. We'll go retro and see anyone that came under your code and be able to put that balance on there. So that's why we need someone to do that. So just know we've been working on someone that can make us a personalized code that works in our store that allows it to accumulate on your end, because that's what we can do right now.
Because the fit coaches that have been through brand champ with us, that was a whole second system that needs a whole individual person just to monitor that and transfer the shit over and cross-reference this shit and that shit, and then pay out the commissions and blah blah blah. And at the end of the day, Melinda and I have too many jobs. So
so this will be best. This will be automatic.
So now this is something that's automatic, and it's going to give you credit right in the web store.
To use it how you want.
20% is going straight to the web store. You get store credit. You can redeem it whenever you want to. And that is the right answer for our lives right now. So again, like we've said from the beginning, we figure it out as we go. We try a lot of shit on you guys. And the feedback, basically the feedback from us is that we were never actually doing all the things in a timely manner because we have too many things on our plate.
But now things are starting to get put together. So
okay, but that's still something that we're not doing. So now we're at the point where it's like, okay, let's simplify this.
This matches
this is the right answer for this. I'm never going to get to that. We've outsourced this. I give up on that. That doesn't matter to our business at all. Todd, stop fucking talking about that. You're going down a new rabbit hole. Nobody authorized that. Those are the kinds of conversations we're having now. You started going off in a whole new direction today, and I was like, that's lovely. But if that's not statistically significant, here's where I use my college words. If that's not statistically significant, we're not doing it. I don't care. We're not wasting time or money or resources or effort on that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where we're at.
Okay, so as for this Sunday's practice, we don't have uniforms fully done yet. We have them sourcing done. We got beautiful artwork done. I can't wait to show that.
Today,
so
Todd
hopefully Sunday we'll have some images of it. That's all.
I have images.
But Sunday still be in all black. So just wear all black. Also make sure that you bring with you your pole, either a PVC pipe, any kind of pole that you can put behind you. Your arms will go up on it. It's to take this out of the equation, so it's all hips and legs. Bring either a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Does not need to be super heavy. So 8, 15, 20, 25 pounds maximum. And a band, the full band. I think I sent you guys a link on the app, the full band. So it's that full band. They're called pull-up bands, but like red, yellow, I think red, yellow, or purple. Don't make it too heavy because you got to be able to, again, sometimes you got to pull it up over your body, walking with it, doing hip stuff with it. You use a green one all the time. I see you always with a green one. Yeah. Anyway, so those 3 things, make sure they are in your workout bag. Tennis shoes, spikes. I'm not spikes. They're called spikes. So tennis shoes and spikes.
What? Like track spikes?
Yeah, track spikes. He doesn't want to talk about those yet. So he said, we're still conditioning. They don't need to spend the money on tennis shoes and spikes right now. Just wear the shoes you already have, except for like if it's an ankle issue, like a Dana or Mike, make sure you've got high tops. So I just feel safe knowing that you got a good high top on when you're doing conditioning. If you got any kind of ankles, or you over supinate too much, a high top would be actually better for your shoe. But so just don't invest in any kind of tennis shoe or spike yet. We're not there yet. You're not going to use it to the very, very end anyway. So it's not needed. So no need for that investment. So let's not even discuss that yet. It is February next month. So at the next meeting that we do in February, which typically it's the first Tuesday of the month. I was on vacation, so that's why we didn't do track and didn't have the meeting last week. So it's usually the first Sunday of the month is a live practice, and first Tuesday of the month is the team meeting. In the February meeting, you will be hearing about your spikes and your tennis shoes. That will be the timing, especially if you're going to do something at the March competition. If you're not, again, it may not be an investment time for you for that yet. But I'm at least going to discuss it and tell you exactly what to do. I'm also hoping that we don't really want you to spend the money when we're finishing up getting the discount at Roadrunner for their inserts and their tennis shoes, and their discount is phenomenal for actual team athletes. So that's what we have to still finish that. So he's been working his ass off on this USA track and field application process and FBI background check that's been happening for his approval. Anyway, I think that's everything. The first Sunday is typically track practice.
Okay, but I can't do that February. We had this entire conversation, and when we were picking the January Sunday, I said I moved my shit to Sunday the 5th, so that's not going to be accurate for next month. This was an entire conversation.
So then it has to go to the 12th?
Yeah.
So February 12th?
Yeah.
All right, you just heard it. Track practice in February is February 12th.
Right now I'm scheduling my
and I'm telling everybody 10 to noon. So plan on 10 a.m. to noon. I don't care what anybody else tells you. I lie about times to myself and to you. You just plan on 10 to noon.
I thought it was 10 to noon.
Yeah, that's you have to be lied to. I always lie to you.
No, I thought it actually is 10 to noon.
No.
What is it actually? I thought we had to be out of there at noon.
No, it's a lie, and it worked. I got you. Anyway, so 10 to noon is the plan.
It says I'm going to be 5 minutes late. I'm the one you have to lie to the least.
And that's why we lie.
I'm the one that says I'm going to be 5 minutes late. You guys leave me hanging.
And if
for
we
an
lie,
hour.
then your lateness doesn't mess anything up.
Oh, you're an hour late. I'm like,
that's why I
lie. Tell me where anybody's at. I'm the one that loses my shit.
I told you she was going to lose her shit. I said it was going to be at the beginning. She did it at the end.
Absolutely.
Oh, she's going to be in Iceland February 12th. How wonderful to be in Iceland. That's so wonderful. It's so beautiful there. Ooh. So beautiful there. Okay, so question on the practices. If you can't be at a practice, we're always filming it. If the time zone or whatever, since we're 10 a.m., if anything, any of that matches and you can do it, fine, but we always film it. So we film it live and we film our practices that we do on Zoom. So we'll always be publishing them the day after.
And
so
especially
do it right after.
We're getting into a lot of the drills. Like one thing I didn't understand going into track practice is a lot of it is drill. At very few points are you actually executing what you're going to be competing at exactly.
Yep. It's so very much like
it's a lot of like foot drills, short drills. Yeah. So that's what Todd and I were filming over the weekend. And then as the training escalates when we progress for the runners, it's going to get into a lot more conditioning. So like, running a 300 at 80% of your max, that kind of stuff. So that stuff you can totally execute on your own, on a treadmill, at a track. So just know that everything that we're going to be doing, once you get the hang of it, it's very simple. And so it doesn't change a lot. There's not a whole lot of variability. No. So even just doing the second month of the track drill workouts that I just filmed with Todd, Iceland sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm not the one in Iceland, Cindy. I wish. Gail is going to Iceland.
It's Gail that's going. I don't know if she can see it.
I'll go with Gail and we can do our track training from Iceland. How about that? Gail can be my fitness model. I will voluntarily go to Iceland so we can have that experience.
Okay. So Karen, track practice is this Sunday. So this Sunday is track practice. And then February 12th will be the February one.
Yeah, and
So.
from Iceland. Gail and I are gonna be in Iceland.
She's full of shit. Gail and I will be in Iceland. Like they're gonna want to do practice on that day from Iceland. What was I gonna say? Something about the
recruit
schedule.
new
Oh,
members.
about what she was just saying about very much like karate. If anybody ever did martial arts, holy hell. Or if you just watch Karate Kid, track is identical. It's all the little stuff
Watch
on
karate.
all the little muscles, on all the little joints and ligaments. And then there's some jumping, and then there's some sprinting, and then there's some hurdles. That stuff is just so small compared to all the little stuff. And you really are going to like it that way anyway.
Yeah.
The more things you do for prep, when you actually go to throw, or you go to jump, or you go to do a high jump, or you go to do a long jump, you'll go, oh my God, all of those little things are making me jump so much better. So it's that's how everything is. Everything in the world is that. So and we're doing every little track thing that's needed for these big track moves that matter. And then we'll obviously, just like we do with the power lifters, we're going to get very strategic, very strategic on how far you need to throw to get silver, how far you need to throw to get gold. We go into all that. So I did say to James and to Bree, and there's like 4 more people. I just got back from vacation, so I've got to type up your results from your trial day, and I will type up that whole package for you and make a PDF. And then I will send you guys the PDF so you can read through and make a copy of your entire scouting report and everything that's on there. So I have to do all that work. Usually Thursdays and Fridays I can type that kind of stuff up. So, and then I'll send you a message for that. Okay. I think we went over everything.
We're done.
Okay. So we got it all. Talked about food, talked about upcoming meets, talked about the page when we start to update the page. Right now I'm putting everything in the app and messaging in the app. If any of you that are listening are not seeing my message in the app, better make sure you let me know that, because I'm going to have to put you in there under me if you're under her in order to see my messages. But I think I've got everybody's attention. Everybody's been messaging me back. Okay. If anybody has any other questions, let us know. Otherwise, we're logging out.
See you Sunday.
Hey, see you guys on Sunday. Yep. If you have to be live or you have to be on Zoom, just send me a message if you can't be live, and we'll have our camera there and we'll be filming it live.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.